And Aaron Williams is already out there with him. He'll be looking after the match involving Shaun Murphy, the defending champion, and Peter Ebdon, who of course won the title in 2002. Now, we did make, as we often do, reference to the rankings, which of course are very, very important to all snooker players. Let's take a little look at how things stand now. We mentioned this morning, in case you missed it, Ken Doherty, as a result of qualifying for the quarters, has now edged up into his highest ever position, and he can't go any much lower than that, I wouldn't have think. It depends how things go, although mathematically Ronnie O'Sullivan and Shaun Murphy can still catch him, but that depends on extreme results. A little bit lower down, three more players who are still in the rankings there. Peter Ebdon is up to 10, Graham Dott at 12, and Neil Robertson, a newcomer to the top 16, is at 13, and Anthony Hamilton has just scraped in ahead of the unfortunate Ryan Day, who's just missed out. And there you see Ryan up from 33, that's been his ranking all season, up to 17th. He's just missed out on a place in the top 16. His day, I feel, will come. But there's one or two names we've lost. Joe Perry's out, Alan McManus is out, and Alan particularly, he's been in the top 16 for 14 consecutive seasons. The lowest ranked player who's still in the championship is there, Marco Fu. Marco is at the moment at number 31. He had dropped as low as 40-something, 41 I think, coming to the championship, but he's back up to 31 now, and he should be assured now of a place in the top 32 for next season. You might have seen the name Ding Shunhui there as well. He's had a massive climb this season, and Ding is lying comfortably in the top 32 for next season at number 26. Well, there we see Ronnie O'Sullivan, the world number one. Although he came here to the Crucible down at number 4, he can still finish at number 1, of course, as can Shaun Murphy, as can Ken Doherty. That's going to be a fascinating story to keep you up to date with over the next few days as we get ever nearer to next Monday and the final session of the final on Monday evening, with the trophy in full view of the players and the audience. And of course, somewhere around in the bowels of the many rooms that comprise the Crucible here in Sheffield, there will be a cheque for £200,000 in an envelope, in a safe, waiting to be presented to somebody on that Monday evening. Well, everybody here, of course, looking forward to this match between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Mark Williams, and indeed on the other side, Shaun Murphy taking on Peter Ebdon. They're just waiting for the official introductions. It's uncanny, don't you think, that Shaun Murphy should be matched against Peter Ebdon after meeting Steve Davis in the previous round? I mentioned that because that's exactly what happened last year. They were in slightly different rounds. He met Steve Davis in the quarters and Peter in the semi-finals last year, and this year it's been the second round of the quarterfinal. Nonetheless, it is rather strange and bizarre almost that Shaun should come across in 2 consecutive rounds the same 2 players he beat last year. I wonder whether that is an omen. We shall see. Well, Ronnie, he'd dearly love to win this World Championship for a third time. If he did, he might just bounce back to number 1. It depends what happens to Ken Doherty in the quarters, whether Ken gets to the semi-finals or indeed gets to the final. Ronnie's had a fairly indifferent season by his own high standards, and in fact in the last 3 ranking events in which he has played, he has been beaten in the first round: the UK, the Welsh and the China, and of course he did not enter the Malta Cup. So the last time that he got any kind of reasonable ranking points was way back at the start of the season in the Grand Prix, when he got to the final and John Higgins beat him 9 frames to 2. So Ronnie will feel that he really has a point to prove, I feel, here at the Crucible this year. He is the world's best snooker player, and he'll want to show everyone that that is still the case. This is his 14th visit to this great venue. We're here for the 30th time this year. It was 1977 when a gentleman called Mike Watterson, who was a good player in his day, of course, and Mike was a ranked player at one time. Mike Watterson brought the championship here in 1977. And of course, well, the rest, as they say, is history. This is its spiritual home, I feel, this championship, the World Championship. There were moves a year or 2 ago to move it elsewhere, but I think sentiment won in the end. Even though it would be, I suppose, comparatively simple to take it to a bigger venue. That is, a venue where the capacity, the audience capacity is greater.
This charming young man is a tremendously gifted potter and now one of snooker's most feared competitors. Your appreciation for the defending world champion, Shaun Murphy.
Shaun appearing here only for the 4th time, by the way. Not bad, or once out of 3, I suppose. And that when you were only 22. He's looked good so far with wins over James Wattener and Steve Davis.
One of the best top players over the years, with 6 major titles to his credit. Will you please welcome from Dubai the former world champion, Peter Ebden?
Yes, not from Wellingborough in Northamptonshire any longer, from Dubai. Well, Peter's beaten Michael Holt 10-8 and David Gray, a very one-sided match with a session to spare, 13 frames to 2.
And twice a holder of this coveted crown is one of the finest players in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning China Open champion, the Welsh potting machine, Mark Williams.
Mark's 10th visit to the Crucible. Lifted the trophy here in 2000 and 2003. He's had wins over Anthony Hamilton and Mark Selby in the first 2 rounds.
And now to a player with a rare talent. He has an amazing ability to knock in big breaks, both right and left-handed. He's a natural, he's unpredictable, and he's here, the world #1, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan!
Great welcome, as you would expect for Ronnie O'Sullivan here in the arena. His 14th time down those steps. He's had wins over Dave Harold and Ryan Day in the first 2 rounds. Well, we shall keep you posted on Messrs Murphy and Ebden, what now the petition has gone down. And I also need to tell you very quickly that both the first 2 sessions ended 5-3, in case you just switched on. Marco Fu 5, Ken Doherty 3, and Graham Dott 5, Neil Robertson 3. So there you are, you're bang up to date. Stay with us here on Eurosport and you won't miss a thing. Ronnie O'Sullivan then, to get frame 1 of a possible 25 underway against Mark Williams. This for a place in the semi-finals. And by the way, one more statistic before I introduce Mike Hallett again. They've played each other 23 times, these two. Ronnie has won 15 of their previous confrontations and Mark has won 8. Good afternoon and welcome, Mike Hallett.
Hello. I think it will be a good afternoon actually between these two. I was just thinking with the match last evening when Ronnie played Ryan Day, how much that might have taken out of Ronnie. I shouldn't have thought so, because he's a pretty fit guy actually, and I'm sure that once he came through that one last evening against Ryan, he's definitely looking forward to the challenge here against Mark Williams. Mark Williams has had a couple of days off actually, a little bit of a freshener, but he did play very well last night, Ronnie. Mark Williams also played very well in beating Mark Selby in the last round by 13 frames to 8. And we were suggesting, in as much that we saw the draw at the last 32 stage and we thought, well, if these two boys come through to the quarterfinals, we're in for a cracker. I don't think these two lads are going to disappoint us.
We've just seen 2 delicate left-handed shots, one from Ronnie and one from Mark. Well, the betting can't really split them. Ronnie's like 9-4 on and Mark's 13-8. They're edging towards Ronnie, of course. But these quarterfinals, best of 25, as the last 16 were, 2 8s and a 9. But I would really expect this match to be a high quality affair. Both want this world title badly. They both want it for the 3rd time. Amazingly though, Mike, it's about 10 months ago since these two last met in the
last year's Premier League. It was in the final, actually, when Ronnie O'Sullivan beat Mark by 6 frames to 0. Ronnie beat Stephen Hendry in the semi-final 5-0 and then proceeded to beat Mark 6-0 in the final. So he was struggling that weekend in Manchester.
Having a hard time, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, is this going to reach? Oh, just. Well, we've seen a number of little delicate shots by both players here. This is because there are those 2 reds down in the other half of the table. And so there's no obvious... Oh, Mark nearly sat down in the wrong seat there for the moment.
Yeah. Yes, the higher ranked player always sits in the yellow chair, which in this case is on the left hand side. Well, I think Mark has been in that yellow chair all week actually with his matches, hasn't he? Of course today he's not. He's been relegated to the green chair.
He'll get used to it for the moment.
Touching ball.
Of course, Mark himself has been the world #1.
Might be a possibility of this red into the yellow pocket here. Although it's touching the other red, but Ronnie can pot this one. No. Yeah, I was just thinking, I can tell you amazingly, the last evening when Ronnie was playing Ryan Day, as we look at Mark in the picture, that Ronnie changed his tip in the mid-session interval.
Yeah, we heard about that this morning, didn't we? It's a very, very bizarre thing to do in the middle of a match like that.
Well, he's had something, apparently he's tried 22 tips out in the last fortnight and the last couple of weeks, and hopefully he's settled on one. But to change it in the middle of a match, mind you, that's Ronnie O'Sullivan. I asked somebody this morning at the venue, do you think he'll change it again? And the answer was, who knows? Well, he's got the cue ball near the cushion, but has left this red onto the middle. It's not easy. But Mark doesn't normally shy away from these.
No, Mark's always been an attacking player, always watchable.
Didn't miss by much.
Okay.
Well, Ronnie's obviously decided to go for this red that's just near to the yellow, into the yellow pocket.
Well, I think he's going for the smaller extension actually. That's a slightly longer extension, so I think he certainly feels he can reach with this one. That's the angle he wants the cue ball. Come around 2 cushions, back onto the yellow or green, probably the yellow. The pink's tied up with that red there on the right hand side.
One.
Oh, he's got options here, green or blue. Not quite decided yet. Might play a little nudge into the 4 reds that are together there. Yes. Well played. He knew that they were set to push one to the right corner. That was a calculated risk.
It's opened up a great opportunity in this first frame. Just look the way the reds are spread. More than enough at this end of the table to take him past the snooker's required position.
Just having the cue ball cleaned. There might be some chalk on the where he's going to hit the cue ball. Jan Verhaas officiating this one, this quarter-final.
Taking
the red to the middle, stand the black.
15.
Just get the impression, Mike, that there won't be many chances needed
22.
to win frames between these two.
No, these two have shown so often over the years that they can be one-visit merchants, can't they?
23.
And although we've still got the defending champion Shaun Murphy there against Peter Ebdon and Ken Doherty in good form, I don't know about you, but I thought that the winner of this title might come out of this match.
It depends how gruelling a match it turns out to be, Mike. We saw, was it 2-3 years ago when Ken Doherty last got to the final? He had a couple of really gruelling matches in his quarter and his semi.
Yeah, Mark Williams, on the other hand, had not the easier job.
Well,
he played better.
He played better and got through more easily.
Yeah.
And in the final, Ken, he tried so hard, but he just got nothing left in the tank, really. And it can happen.
Yep.
38.
It really can. I mean, it's a long haul, 17 days.
$39. $46. $47.
Ronnie played okay in those first two sessions against Ryan Day. Take nothing away from Ryan Day, he played well, but he's also said, Ronnie's already quoted saying that he'll have to play a lot better against Mark Williams. He felt that he was quite lucky in that match for Ryan, and as much as he got away with those first two sessions, he was able to play well last evening and put the match away. Fair enough, but if he puts in a performance like that against Mark Williams, then he could
53.
really be in trouble. I don't think that's going to happen. He's obviously learned the lesson, and he looks like he's on it from the first ball.
$58. $59.
Just finished
66.
in between these two reds. Still got this one to the middle. Both of them actually. But not perfect on either of these reds. Should knock this one in.
67.
Well, this breaker's gone to 67. Is this frame ball? I think it is. We could see a century. Well, in this opening frame, he'll try and split
71.
red and pink here, I'm sure. Stun off the cushion, might try and nudge the pink.
72.
I don't know. Settle on the brown or the yellow.
$76. 77.
He tried to nudge the red away from the pink there. Well, what a great start.
82.
This has been immaculate so far.
83.
Ooh, knocked bang in the middle. Now, can he nudge this red away from the pink?
$90.
That's a terrific opening break from Ronnie. What a way to start, eh? And to say to Mark, hey, I'm here, fella, watch out. 90 the break, and Ronnie therefore leading Mark Williams by 1 frame to 0. Long way to go. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, frame number 2. Ronnie O'Sullivan producing a very good opening break of 90 in frame 1 against Mark Williams. There's the scoreline, bottom centre of your screen. The central figure, of course, being the number of frames over which this match is being played, or best of, anyway. Dramatic news from the other table, incidentally. Peter Ebdon, as Mark Williams waits his opportunity, Peter Ebdon has banged in a 116 in the opening frame against Sean Murphy. And that is, let me just have a little look, that's the 31st that we've had in the championship so far. And it's Peter Ebdon's career number 226.
Well, there's a couple of tempters here for Mark. Left hand one's not really a good one because it'd be clattering into red, so you'll probably be looking at this one on the right hand side of the table. Might not take either. I think possibility of a shot to nothing here. Red to the left corner. Well, he caught the red too thick. He's got a good white. Well, he did have until it cannoned into the yellow. He's left Ronnie this red to the middle pocket. You won't be best pleased with that one.
No, especially as it will now go into the left middle.
1.
Oh, Mark's got his first 5 points of this match. Drew a blank in the first frame.
Well, there's plenty of reds there, but he's got to sort them out. Black tied up on the side cushion.
6.
Oh, a nice little cannon there on the pink. Well, the pink will do. If he makes about 10 pinks, 11 pinks, that will be enough. Doesn't matter how you get there, as you get to the point where your opponent needs snookers.
12. 13. 19. 20.
He's overdone that slightly. He wanted to be straightish on this pink. Now he's got a little bit more to do with the cue ball. Shouldn't be a problem. Well, good shot. Good pot. He's played a perfect cannon. I assume he's on one of these
26.
reds. I think he's on the one to the right corner.
$27. 33. Okay. 34.
Unless he just drops this in, he'll have to take the white in and out of bulk. I think he's played on the one to the right corner here, left-handed. He'll be more comfortable with that one. Back for the blue again. Well played. Back in perfect position. Well, I just think these two are going to be at each other throughout these 25 frames. We might need all 25 by the end of the third session. Oh, that's a bit tight. I think it's okay
45.
though.
46.
Well, definitely played on the blue. Did overdone it slightly, but the pink is okay. You can screw directly down the table for the red on the left-hand side, just left of the pink spot. Well, he's got a massive kick there. A massive kick. Just look at the white. Just completely died of pace. Bang.
Oof. On the
52.
replay, it was even worse than we saw it in real time. The pink jumped a mile.
Well, you can pop this red in, and screw around a couple of cushions for the yellow or blue. Be careful of the yellow, it's underneath his body there. I think I said yellow or blue, I should have meant to say pink or blue actually. Good recovery.
53. $58.
Would like to see the left on one of the three actually. You can start for the pink, you might have to play the straighter one.
$59.
And 90 from Ronnie. 59 and counting from Mark. This is good stuff.
What did he say about one
65.
visit merchants? Well, one each so far.
66.
So snooker's required by Ronnie. And I don't think Ronnie's going to have any further interest in this second frame.
72.
Well, I just think this will be the hors d'oeuvre to the main course in the last
73.
two sessions. Well, he's run out of position a little bit there. Could take the pink, but needs an extension in that. Oh, great shot. Look at that. He's developed the black as well. Wonderful shot.
79. $80.
Well, this is rapidly developing into a case of anything you can do, I can do. And who knows, possibly better. Ronnie got 90. Let's see whether Mark can get
87.
more. He just needs to develop this last red on the
88.
left-hand side of the table. Well, in fact, this next colour will take him past Ronnie's 90. He's got an angle here off the pink to develop that red. No, he's dropping in behind it. That's fine for a left-hander particularly.
94.
Ah.
Mark Williams, 94.
Well, a 90 and a 94 from these two. You can't get much of a better start to any match, let alone a World Championship quarter-final. Oh boy, I don't know about the hors d'oeuvre, but I think they've started with the main course, these two. One frame apiece. We'll be back with frame 3 after this. Welcome back to the Crucible Theatre here in Sheffield. Frame 3 just underway in this quarter-final between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Mark Williams. One frame apiece. Terrific stuff. A 90 from Ronnie and a 94 from Mark.
Mark in first in the third frame with a raking long pot to the corner. gone too far there. The black is still on, but it's not easy. He's going for it. Oh, great shot. Oh, what a shot.
11.
He's going to need another one now. He's come back much too far for that black. I wouldn't bet against him though. As you can see, he can hold the white by cannoning into that red. Pity.
Mark Williams, 12.
I thought that was in when it left the spot. Just want to look at these here. Let's see if there's a possible cross double on this right hand red. Ronnie can play the white up and down across the table. Might go in. Bound to be on the black. He might play it, but he's not one for taking risks these days. He weighs up all the percentages and whatever. You know, unless it's absolutely guaranteed or very much in his favour, he won't take it on. But there is a possibility of the cross double. We shall see. Might just come off the pack for safety. Well, he's hit them far too thin. Excellent shot. Ronnie could do with a similar shot here. Just look at Mark in the chair. Happy, I'm sure, in the knowledge of making that 94 in the second to level things up. There you go. Well played again. Well, not a bad kiss on the brown. It's landed in the right spot. And Ronnie is now snookered on all of these reds, I think. He is. If he hadn't caught the brown in such a way, I think Ronnie would have been able to see one, but that's an option. Off the side cushion, dead weight onto that one. That's probably the only option, because the way the reds are spread, very difficult to get the cue ball safe.
Yes, and he doesn't want to finish on the right-hand side of it, because he just leaves it for Mark into... Oh, well, he's decided to go into the pack. He's nearer to the pink if he gets there.
And a miss.
Wow, he's played that
Mark Williams, 4.
so softly. It's a mile away. Yeah, I thought he would go for this one on the cushion and aim to hit it either full ball or just slightly to the left of it as we look, so that it can't be taken into the right-hand corner.
You mean the left-hand corner?
Or the right-hand corner as we look at it. I think he's got away with that one, Mike, hasn't he? He's done well.
Yes, he played a glancing blow, caught them fullish, but he'll be happy with the result. Behind the brown.
This is the first bout of safety we've seen in this match.
Yeah, boring, isn't it? It's terrific stuff. Perfect shot there from Mark Williams. He's got Ronnie in trouble again. I don't think this will be the last bout of tactical stuff from these two. They can both certainly mix it if they need to. Now, has he caught the red or the pink? Just caught the red. Oh, what a shot. He's got to have one foot on the floor. Come on. Well, he's just checking to see he's got the potting angle, actually. Yes, I think he's decided to go for this. Can screw back off the reds and the pink, and the black's waiting. Well, he's keeping a careful eye on this one. And the referee Jan. Well, he overcooked it. Hit it too thin. Well, what has he done? He pushed the boat out a little bit there, Mark. It might cost him dear.
It's always difficult to judge the angle on a shot like that when the white and the object ball are so close together.
1. Eight. Nine.
Just running, just run into the red that's above the black here. Keep himself on the other one. Just give himself a little bit more room around the black spot. Don't be surprised if this is a winning break as well.
16. 70.
We're all there. It's not a difficult red on the table. Just has to keep control of the cue ball.
$24. 25.
May put the black in the corner of the pocket, which gave him the wrong angle with the white.
32. Only I've got to go in the final language, okay?
Well, I think Jan Verhaas has just given Ronnie a verbal warning there for his comment after that shot.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 32.
News from the other table. Peter Ebden's got another one. He's taken the first two now of the match against Shaun Murphy. A 1-1-6 in the first has been followed by a 64 in frame 2.
Cracking red from Mark.
1.
Yes, Ronnie O'Sullivan was warned there actually for a remark he made. He made an expletive, which is what we really don't need on TV. He's prone to do that a little bit. He's got a yellow card, so to speak. If he does it again, he will have the frame awarded against him.
5.
It's a new rule that's come in this year, and I welcome it actually. There's swimming, there's children in the audience, we don't need it.
6.
I know he's a great player, but Yamba has picked up on it, and to make sure that he realised what his responsibilities are.
$21. 22. 27. 28.
'Don't think he wanted
33.
to be nestling on that red. Not sure he can get to that one in the to the corner now. Nope. That's a mistake by Mark.
Mark Williams, 33.
Well, I'm not sure about that shot. Not at that stage. Okay, frustrated he didn't get the position, but he should have played a solid safety shot. He's got a 17-point lead. He's going to allow Ronnie back in here. This is the previous shot, the positional shot on the blue. Just needed to nudge that red a touch harder, it would have been perfect. And I think attempting that red was out of pure frustration. Yes, okay, we've got a long way to go. It's the third frame.
1.
But he might have gifted this frame to Ronnie now.
7. Eight.
Another left-hander from Ronnie.
It's 15.
And Ronnie, as Mark waits to see whether he gets another chance, Ronnie will need that blue on the baulk cushion.
Well, Ronnie wouldn't have had this chance if Mark had played a proper shot
16.
on that red. Anyway, that's gone now. We've just got to sit and wait and hope he gets another chance, but I would say no.
19.
Yes, just rechecking the scoreboard. He knows he needs the blue.
21.
Shouldn't be a problem from here, as long as he's got the right angle on the brown. Just run through for that blue.
24.
Oh, just topspin off the side cushion with the white. Oh, he's missed the brown.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well,
24.
I'm astonished.
Well, I just wonder if what happened on the other table, like a bit of shouting going on, and that just took his concentration away there. I know this is a two-table situation, but listen to that, just at that point where he was going to hit the brown, obviously something has happened on the other table. It might have just broken his concentration.
Well, now, that's gifted an opportunity to Mark Williams to take the frame.
Four.
And he needs the blue and pink. Well, it was a bad miss. But perhaps he was disturbed from the other table.
9.
It's difficult. The players know it's there. They try and keep their concentration together, but sometimes, just when you deliver the cue, something happens.
15. And the frame.
And the frame. So, a little bit of a sting in the tail for Ronnie there, and Mark nipping in to take it. So 2 in a row for the Welshman. As we head towards a commercial break, it's Mark Williams now in the lead by 2 frames to 1. Brief shot of Ronnie O'Sullivan there as we await the start of the 3rd frame of this quarter-final between himself and Mark Williams. Jan Verhaas, the referee in charge, and Ronnie will be endeavouring to get this 4th frame, taking them up to their mid-session interval. Mark Williams leading as he does by 2 frames to 1. Just a reminder, on the other table, Peter Ebden has taken the first 2 frames against Shaun Murphy, the defending champion, a 116 and a 64 from the 2002 world champion Peter Ebden. More of that one presently. Mark Williams just temporarily out of the arena, and that applause tells you that he is just about to return, and so frame 4 will be underway.
Thank you. The
Any
4th
moment
frame.
now.
Mark Williams to break.
Well, there's that rather ambitious cut on the red that Mark played towards the end of the previous frame. As you said, Mike, more out of frustration at the earlier position than anything else, I think.
Well, it should have cost him the frame until Ronnie missed that brown. He was very fortunate to get another chance. He won't want to take too many of those on, because he will get punished by this man. But like I say, I think he was probably just slightly disturbed when he was delivering the cue there from something happening on the other table. It does happen from time to time. I say the players do know. We play in 3, 4 table setups, 1 table setups, which is perfect, of course. But you know, we know that there's 2 tables here down to the semi-finals. So as long as the players maintain their concentration, and if they are concentrating well, they normally don't hear anything. I remember played at the Masters once, actually, and I think Alan Chamberlain was the referee at the time, Mike, and this guy got out of one seat, walked straight across the front of the table and went and sat in the chair on the other side. And Alan Chamberlain said to me, "Did you see that guy walk across your shot?" And I went, "What guy?" I sat zoned in, saw nothing. And that's the way you've got to be. At any sport, they talk about in the zone, and if you're absolutely in the zone, concentrating 100%, you see nothing but the table. It's when you're not concentrating properly is when the mistakes occur and it becomes hard work. It's difficult to explain that to anybody unless they've actually experienced that.
6.
It's an adrenaline buzz, I know that.
Seven.
Nothing like playing in front of a packed house in a major tournament, going down to the last few frames. These two boys have been there on plenty of occasions. It's just a question of, will one of these be here on Monday evening?
Okay. 14. One. 22.
Probably play a little cannon on the left of one of the two here. Leave himself on the other one. Screw back onto it. No, he's playing the right one actually. Stun run through, I think. Yeah, so he was able to run through for the other one. He's pushed another one out of the way, so he's got them open now.
29.
This a great chance. We'll look at that pot success rate, 91%, 93%. We've only had 3 frames. If these two boys continue the way they're going, it could be nearly 100 apiece at the end of this session or the second. Safety success, that's probably the slight difference at the moment. Certainly was in the last one.
$37.
Well, he's got a kick, but it's okay.
38.
It was only a subtle one, but took a little bit of pace out of the cue ball, but it's okay. $45. 46. Just overdone
53.
that slightly. he needed to leave that white near the side cushion. Well, this is awkward now. He's got to get an extending spider out, extension on the cue. Probably scaffolding. Get the height to play the shot. Well, he's going to have to get the spider out here, extended spider, an extension.
And the spider, everything.
Everything.
Yamba has said everything. He might need it. The problem with these shots is that you're lifting the butt of the cue, you're about nearly 12 feet away, and you can't always judge how close the tip is to the cue ball. It's going to be downward striking. Well, this is an exercise in its own. That's where I'd like to get the white out for the black. He hasn't got much angle on this though. He's going to have to bounce this red in. Oh, well actually the cue is just flicked over from the middle piece to the outer piece. He was very lucky that the cue didn't fall off the rest there, off the spider, and clatter something, which would be a foul. Ah, try again then. Well played. I'm going to be careful not to hit anything on the way back, because you take everything away, because that still would be a foul.
Thanks.
And it's actually the player's responsibility to do that. The referee is not allowed to take the rest off the table. It has to be done by the player.
Phew, I think we all held our breath for a moment or two there, Michael.
I'm shattered now. Well, excellent recovery. I think he's on the red, right-hand red of the three.
61.
Good shot on the black. Not far from the winning line in this one. He's looking at the right-hand red in our picture now. I'm sure he's going to take the one that's right of the three. No, well, he's had to sit this one out for some time here, while Mark's built this break up. He's playing the other one. Well played. And the knuckle.
62.
That's helped. Well, he didn't play that, but he's got away with it.
67.
Not quite sure what he played there. I thought he'd come the other side of the pink for those two reds.
Well, it's taken him to the position where he now needs just one more red to leave Ronnie needing a snooker.
Well, he might have to get the extension out again in a minute. And he's looking at this one to the middle. He's got to play this one to the corner. Extending rest, I think. Well, he's having another look at this one to the middle.
A change of mind, methinks. The one to the middle after all. No.
Mark Williams, 67.
Well, that was the reason why he didn't want to take that one on, because he knew he was bound to leave Ronnie one into this corner. I'm very surprised that he didn't take the red into the corner pocket.
Well, a reprieve for Mark.
Well, Ronnie was sat in his chair for some time before he got the chance. Couldn't take it. And has handed this frame to Mark Williams. He's conceded the frame, actually. Ronnie has conceded the frame.
Indeed he has. So, the earlier half-century from Mark, good enough to extend his lead. And that's 3 in a row, actually, for the Welshman. Remember that Ronnie took the first, but Mark Williams now leads 3 frames to 1.